Hello, I'm Scott Duxbury, and welcome to Nucleus195's Diamonds in the Rough series. Today we are sitting down with the public mineral exploration company, Rockridge Resources, and their CEO, Grant Ewing, and President, Jordan Trimble. Rockridge Resources is listed on the Toronto Venture Stock Exchange under symbol ROCK, and also listed in the US on the OTC under symbol RRRLF. Grant and Jordan, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Let's start with you telling us about Rockridge Resources.
Yeah, so from a high level, Rockridge Resources is a relatively new mineral exploration company with projects in Canada. We currently have two projects, one of which is a high-grade gold project in Ontario called the Rainy Gold Project. It's just southwest of Timmins, which is one of the more prolific gold camps in North America. And our second project is a VMS, predominantly copper project just northwest of Flin Flon on the Saskatchewan side of the border. The focus right now for us is on the gold project. We have an upcoming drill program to follow up on a successful program that we carried out earlier this year. One of the highlight drill intercepts was 6 meters of 28 grams per ton of gold at about 100 meters vertical depth, a new high-grade zone that we discovered. It was a small program. It was testing a new geological model. So we recently raised some money to go out and fund a upcoming summer and fall drill program, which will commence shortly. Just as a overarching theme and strategy for the company, one of the things that we've set out to do here over the last few years is to go and find projects that have had a fair bit of historical exploration and work, but not a lot of recent exploration. And we want to find projects that offer a unique opportunity in that new exploration techniques and methodologies haven't been used on the projects. We think there's a lot of value that can be unlocked at these projects, and in particular two projects that we have. Both of them have interesting histories. They had fair bit of work carried out in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, but not a lot of work in the last 10 to 15 years. And so again, as a part of our mandate, we want to go in there, use some of these new methodologies and exploration techniques to go and make additional discoveries. And we're doing just that at both of the projects, and in particular, the Rainy Gold project coming up here shortly.
Great, thanks for that, Jordan. But Grant, going over your track record, you have a long history of delivering material value to shareholders. What excites you about Rockridge's Rainy Gold project?
Yeah, so I'm a geologist by background, and the last 10 plus years I've been involved in senior executive positions with various mineral exploration companies. With Rockridge, what I particularly like is our two core assets have great geologic potential for new discovery, both located in proven geologic belts in good jurisdictions. And as Jordan mentioned, we're focused on our gold asset. And this is an early stage project, but with great exploration potential, new discovery potential, which is really a driver for a company like Rockridge Resources.
Can you give us a quick overview of the other directors and the capital structure of the company?
Sure. So as we went over, Grant is the CEO and has a long, illustrious career in the mining industry. I'm one of the founders of the company, currently serving as the president and a director. I come from more of a finance and capital markets background. I currently serve on the board of directors of the CFA Society Vancouver. And when I started in the industry, I was doing corporate development for a gold company called Bayfield Ventures, which we ultimately sold to New Gold. And since then, I've founded and I've been either director or officer of several junior mining companies. To round out the board, we have Rick Kazmersky, who's a 40-year seasoned veteran geologist based in Saskatchewan. He was previously the exploration manager for Cameco. Joe Gallucci, who's the head of investment banking, mining investment banking at Laurentian Bank in Montreal. He's been involved in over $1 billion worth of capital raising for mining companies over the last 15 years. Strategic advisor to us is Ron Netolitsky, who's a Canadian mining Hall of Famer, needs no introduction. And in the field, we have a very strong technical team. Todd Keast is our project geologist at the Rainy Gold Project, and Todd has worked in Ontario on precious metal projects for many decades and knows the rocks very well. As far as the capital structure goes, it's well structured. It's about 51 million shares issued and outstanding. We're fully funded for this upcoming drill program. And we have strong support from management, insiders, and now a group of institutional investors who have financed the company in the last few financings.
You've had some drilling success at Rainy this year. What are you trying to achieve with your upcoming drilling program?
Yeah, so at Rainy, we're just about to embark on a second drilling program. We completed one earlier in the year. It'll be a minimum 3,000 meter program in 9 or 10 drill holes. And we're following up on the recent success we had back in April earlier this year with just under an ounce per ton hit over 6 meters. So a very good drill intercept. It was visible gold in core. And this current program we're now embarking on will drill down dip or down plunge of this high grade intercept plus some of the historic high grade intercepts in this deposit area. And then it'll march out along strike and test the trend or potential along strike. With this project, it's only been drill tested over a very small area, about 250 meters roughly along strike and just the upper horizon of this zone. And we control quite a large land position. So now we're just learning the geologic setting or getting a better understanding on that. And we'll step out now and drill along trend and down deeper.
Very interesting. Can you speak more about where the Rainy Gold project is situated and why that is important?
Yeah, certainly. So we're driving distance from Timmins, Ontario, Canada, about 2 hours southwest. And this district is a prolific mining district. There's been several world-class deposits discovered and mined, well over 100 million ounces historically in this area. And it extends east, this belt of rocks, to the Kirkland Lake District and beyond. So a very prolific geologic setting. Our project is in an area that's been underexplored relatively. And just to the west of us, Newmont's opened its newest gold mine, the Borden mine. That's about 35 kilometers due west of our project. And to the southeast is IAMGOLD's Côté development project. And this just received a positive development decision from IAMGOLD, and it has about 7 million ounces of reserves. So it'll be a very important project for that company going forward. So in addition to this geologic setting, the project also has great infrastructure in the region. As mentioned, you can drive to it. So should we make a discovery here that leads to a development, that infrastructure will be very handy for the project.
Right. Well, here's a question. Let's talk about gold, shall we? The gold price is up around about 30% this year, near all-time highs. Investors are looking at gold as a safe haven trade. You've also seen Berkshire Hathaway invest in the Canadian mining space. They bought a stake in Barrick Gold just recently. So it's an exciting time for the industry. Do you have any thoughts on the gold price at these levels?
Look, the trend is your friend right now. We've seen it's really since 2016 when we saw it bottom in late 2015. We've seen the price moving higher, but it's needless to say gained a lot of momentum in particular in the last year. And I think a lot of the pundits out there talk about the demand and the reasons why investors should own gold. But I think it's also important to talk about the supply side, and in particular, a company like Rockridge and what we're setting out to do, which is make additional gold discoveries in good jurisdictions like Canada. There hasn't been a whole bunch of major high-grade gold discoveries in the last couple of decades. We've seen the number of ounces discovered on a yearly basis drop off dramatically, in particular in the last 10 years. We are finding lower grade bulk tonnage deposits, but the days of the big high grade large deposits, new discoveries being made, those days are I think well behind us, at least on a consistent basis. And so going out there and finding more of these deposits is important, because it's going to be an undersupplied market going forward, especially as we see investment demand pick up for this commodity with low interest rates. You talk about Berkshire Hathaway. I think that's a key thing to look at for investors. I just see the demand for gold in portfolios as a hedge against inflation going forward, as a portfolio diversifier, increasing as we move forward. And you look at what's happened with the pandemic. I mean, there's been a pretty significant supply disruption. We've seen that in most metals. There were hundreds of gold mines globally that were either shuttered or had to curtail production. And so we've seen, I think, that supply disruption work its way into the market. But bottom line is we are going to need to find more gold going forward, or we're going to have to see the price continue to rise.
Well, gold does grab all the headlines, right? But what about copper prices? They've been rising as well. One of the reasons behind this is that copper is a major component in electrical vehicle motors, batteries, charging stations. So according to Copper Development Association, the demand for copper because of this is going to increase by 1,700 kilotons by 2027. Do you think that the growth of the electrical vehicle industry could see a strong copper price over the next few years?
Yeah, so I'll add some commentary on that one. You know, I truly believe that the supply and demand fundamentals of copper look very good for up and coming explorers and producers. I think, as you mentioned, the electric vehicle revolution is really going to see add extra demand to copper. And similarly with gold deposits, a lot of the low-hanging fruit has been discovered. All of these world-class deposits through the Americas and throughout the world that mine large copper deposits. These have been discovered, the easy ones, and the near surface material has been mined. So as we go deeper into these deposits, costs rise, and it's more difficult to find these world-class deposits. So all of this leads to, I think, an upcoming supply shortage with this growing demand for copper.
Great. Well, listen, Grant, Jordan, thank you for taking the time to talk with us today about Rockridge Resources, and we are looking forward to hearing more updates from the company.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks for having us.
No problem. If you would like to learn more about Rockridge Resources or schedule a call to speak with management, you can access them at Nucleus195, which is free to sign up for. Thank you for watching, and until next time, good luck investing out there.